So how's it feel to be? Let's get this.
That's a weird angle for me.
Ruffy's Rants.
Hola, you amazing artists. So today I wanted to have a heart-to-heart with you guys. We wanted to talk about the maybe the downside to putting yourself out there and like putting yourself out there, whether you're just putting yourself out there with your art or you're putting yourself out there on social media or in YouTube videos or whatever it is. As long as you are aware of what the downsides are, I think it makes it easier for when you do run into that. I feel like a lot of times what ends up happening is that we kind of avoid thinking about what could go wrong. And it's important to not avoid what could go wrong, because that way, when it does happen, you are prepared to face it versus it kind of like sweeping the rug out from underneath you.
Yeah, or taking the wind out of your sails. I prefer to call them the less awesome challenges of putting yourself out there.
Oh, I like that. So the less awesome challenges of putting yourself out there. As you guys know, we have been doing art for about a decade.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got started, we had no social media following whatsoever. In fact, for the first, I would say 6-7 years, it's only in the last 3 years that like our social media following has really started to grow.
Yes, that's true. It was pretty tumbleweeds before that.
Yeah, it was tumbleweeds and nothing really was going on online. So all of our efforts and all of our strategies were really focused on the local market. You are going to run into people that reject your art and maybe say some snide comments here and there when you're doing a show, especially when it comes to pricing and things like that.
Or ones that want to impress their friends with funny jokes.
Yeah.
And you're like, I get it. You've got jokes.
Yeah.
Move along.
Yeah, those were the worst ones, were the ones that came in, they were like, look at blah, blah, blah. And it was like, you're just looking at them like you're an idiot. You got dumb people out there that are trying to impress other people by putting other people down. And it just...
Sometimes they leave you drunk, mean comments in the middle of the night on your social media page.
Yeah. My social media page covered in mean, drunk comments from somebody who was at a gallery with me. And I'm not going to mention her name because the next day I contacted her and I was like, are you all right? And she was like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. And it was all spawned out of jealousy because she was struggling with her career. But at the same time, she wasn't doing as many things as we were. We were like doing
all
every show and every festival and everything that we possibly could. Honestly, a lot of the people that we know that were artists here in town, they were doing the same stuff that we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just those few that would rather complain and blame someone else. People that may be a little bit discouraging because they are jealous. Obviously, running into people that are discouraging because they're afraid for you, that's another one.
Mm-hmm.
That's another one. And that's usually like friends and family and things like that that don't have any idea what it means to be an artist, but they think that they're a professional when it comes to your life or what it means to fail as an artist.
Come back to us, to the safe zone.
Come back to the safe zone where things are not so up in the air.
We have cake. They don't always have cake. Sometimes they try to lure you with cake and safety.
Biggest thing that we had to deal with was our own insecurities. But the act of putting ourselves out there and actually facing the insecurity of dealing with somebody who was maybe rejecting us or hating on us helped with our own internal voices. And that's one of the reasons I say put your stuff out there, because it gives you the opportunity to face those fears head on. Towards year 5 and year 6, our social media following started to grow. And that's really when I started to focus a little bit more on these videos. And because I love the idea of reaching out to other artists around the world and talking about our experience and just giving some practical advice, because I was looking online and there was a lot of like rehearsed stuff, but there wasn't somebody just sitting there talking about being an artist and rambling the way that I do. And honestly, that's what I wanted to see. Now I was putting myself out there in a completely different way, in a completely different medium. And what is interesting about the online versus putting yourself out there in person is that when you're putting yourself out there in person, there really is no anonymity for people that are going to reject or hate your craft, what you're doing.
That's true. If they're going to say some mean stuff, they pretty much have to say it to your face.
Exactly. Unfortunately, online, people could say things to you, but they're not saying it to your face. They're still hiding behind this shield of anonymity. That was a completely different animal when it came to facing my own insecurities and stuff. Because with the videos, there's a lot of insecurities there. People have said that they hate my face. And I'm like, oh my God, is my face hateable? You know, like the...
Yeah, and people have said that they hate my voice. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, is my voice hateable?
There was an artist who actually commented on several of my videos, and on every video said, you suck, your artwork sucks. Thank you for the engagement, because the engagement actually helps my videos. So when you comment or you do thumbs down, that's still helping my videos. And her thing was, she had commented to someone else and said something along the lines of like, I hate these YouTubers who like make this career because they get in on YouTube on the ground floor. And so they get started there, and then they get all these fans, and their career is just all peaches and cupcakes and stuff like that. And us real artists are struggling.
I find it interesting that someone would make that assumption that we got in YouTube on the ground floor and we just blew up.
I think what ends up happening is that they see that somebody has a following, and immediately
The assumption is
that this person didn't work to get to where they're at. No matter where you are in your art career, there is no easy ride for anyone. There is zero. You have to put the work in. You have to put your stuff out there. You have to face your fears. You have to get out there. And that is the hardest part. Past the excuses, past all the bullshit that you've been telling yourself for years, and just putting yourself out there in as many ways as possible within reason, and then persisting through the bullshit. And I'm sorry, if you are not able to create a career in this, a stable career after 30 years, then that's because you're doing the same shit over and over and over, and you're not changing anything. If you are doing something and you're getting results that you don't want, but then you keep doing that same thing, then you could blame everybody else if you want. But if you are not changing it up and doing something different to get different results, then that's on you. It has nothing to do with whether or not somebody got in YouTube on the ground floor, or they know this person who knows this person that got them into a gallery show. No matter what, you gotta put yourself out there, and you have to be innovative and flexible when it comes to your career as an artist, and be able to like go with the flow and change things up and basically just be awesome.
Be dynamic, be awesome, be evolving.
Don't allow yourself to buy into your excuses, into blaming someone else, or any of the crap that you've been telling yourself that keeps you in that stagnant place where you're not growing your career. Your career is completely in your hands. It doesn't have anything to do with anyone else.
Basically, what we're trying to say is that the less than awesome challenges are out there, and they're waiting for you. And they're basically internet Siberia, tumbleweeds, rejection, and haters.
Yeah.
And the own haters that live inside of your own brain jar.
Yeah, and if I were to say the moral of this story, the hardest thing is what is going on in here. You may not be a hater, but if you're looking at someone else with any amount of jealousy, then there's something internal that you need to examine for yourself. And I'm not saying that it's only haters out there that feel jealousy. There have been many times in my career where I've looked at another artist and been like, well, the only reason that he got to where he's at is because... And I have to stop and examine that, because that's only going to hurt me. If I am making up excuses for someone else's success and using it as, well, they got an easy ride, then what I am doing is saying, well, they were able to do it, but I'm not able to. And I'm not willing to go there.
Yeah, because basically what you're saying then is lucky.
And I personally believe that every single one of you has the potential to eventually be able to do whatever it is that you want. I want you guys just to remember that no matter what, no matter how many mean people you may run into in your career of putting yourself out there, just remember they're far and few between. There is a lot more awesome, amazing interaction that we have with you guys here on YouTube even, or even out in the world, that those are like far and few between. The problem is that when you do get that one, even if it's one a week or one a month, that one could get under your skin. And it's okay if they get under your skin, but just remember that it really doesn't have anything to do with you. It has to do with their own insecurities and their own bull crap and excuses and whatever it is that they got going on. And hopefully they get over that someday, because that's the only way that they'll be able to grow their career and be awesome. And that's it. I might do the intro for a rant on this one. I think I went into a rant.
There's no I think. You definitely went into a rant.
Yeah, sorry about that. And I'm interested in hearing when you guys have maybe run into like a hater or somebody like that, or even the voices in your head making excuses for someone else's success. And tell me how it is that you dealt with that, and how you plan on dealing with that in the future, or like just best practices for you. I would love to hear those. And thank you so much for watching, you guys. You guys are absolutely freaking amazing. I totally adore you. And if you like this and you want to watch more like this, go ahead and click right over here to subscribe. And that's it. Say goodbye, Clee.
Good day.
Adios.